What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the lounge. Friday night. We are here. We're going to have some fun. I know you guys missed me last week, but that's because we're looking to make the lounge better than ever. We have so many announcements tonight. We have such a great show coming up. I don't want anybody to think that we left you hanging last week because we are ready to have a really good 3 months. We already have people booked out all the way to December, and we're just looking forward to talking to you guys tonight. We have some very interesting topics to cover. So, Lori, how you doing? We want to say hi to some people in the chat already. Lori says she looks forward to Friday nights just to see what the lounge has in store. Well, let me tell you, I planned the lounge, and we already have some surprises. So, who you think's coming on, and who's really coming on? Two different stories. Beth, how you doing? Good to see you. Paula, happy Friday the 13th. I almost forgot about that, Paula. Hey, girl. Hey, Carrie Graham. Got to get you on, girlfriend. Oh, thank you, Paula. I have great energy tonight. Do you know why, Paula? It's because I took a shower with soft water, well water, and it just cleansed it all. And I took an Epsom salt. And that's what it does to your skin and your hair. Make sure you get the water from the well. Happy Friday. All right, without further ado, I got to bring on my lovely co-host, Elise Satellar. And look at her. She is dancing and romancing already. Hi, Elise.
Hi, how are ya? What's going on?
This is the first time I've seen Elise laugh in about 17 years. It must be a special night. Elise is usually very stoic, okay?
I am, but and even today, I don't know. I don't know. It could be my bracelet.
She got her bracelet in the mail finally. I finally hold that up to the camera. Let them see it.
There you go.
All right. You know what? You know what that means? First of all, it's a little Ghostbusters clip there, just in case you get slimed. See the neon green? It's for Ghostbusters. Okay, in case you get slimed in the house.
I need it.
Then you have the grayish blue. That's to protect the intuition, and also the yellow there is for your solar plexus empowerment chakra. So she got hers in the mail. I also sent out the two other winners' bracelets in the mail. It took about 8 days to get there. They got there. Crazy. All of them got there today. Yeah.
That was nuts. Yeah.
So we're going to be doing more giveaways tonight. Not only bracelets, but we got something really cool going on tonight in addition. And I got my measuring tape here. Just in case
my grandfather had one of those on the keychain.
Just in case you need to give me your wrist size because, you know, we have stuff. I need to figure out who needs what. All right. So look at everybody's here. All right. Oh, look at this. Heather, what's going on? She thought she manifested her dream man, but he dumped her tonight. Distract me, please. Bring his ass on here and we'll give him a distraction.
He's got some nerve.
Screw that.
Definitely.
He has got some nerve.
Jeez.
All right. Let's talk about what's new in the launch. We just got to talk about the positive.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're changing the format. Not to anything crazy. We're just keeping it moving along. We're going to have an expert for you every week in a topic. And we're going to have a lounge buddy every week. So our characters, our lovely characters like Snowboard George and all the other people that come on that are friends of ours that are crazy, we're still going to have our lounge buddies. So we're going to have a different lounge buddy every week. We're going to have readings at the end. So we're going to bring you on or bring our lounge buddy in. We're going to do a reading at the fourth block. So we got Elise and I, we're going to do our thing, cover a topic. We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to have our expert. We're going to do some readings. And we're going to kind of keep it moving. And, of course, we're going to keep our live music.
Right.
And Elise, she got a promotion here at the lounge. Yes, she did. Yeah. You went from co-host to producer.
I did.
You did. So Elise is now our show producer.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
She's our co-producer. She's going to help us book guests and keep everything on the download. I didn't expect all the Excel documents I got this week to keep me organized, but she gave me a lot of Excel documents, and she is on the ball.
You asked for it, so you got it.
That's right, and you got that bracelet, and that's why you're smiling today. So
I am.
We're both on the same level.
Yeah.
All right, so... Oh, Tia Maria, back from East Mountain. Let's go, girl.
That's my favorite alcohol, Tia Maria.
Oh, I didn't know that was alcohol.
Tia Maria is it's like a Kahlua, a cheaper Kahlua.
Oh.
Than the regular Kahlua. Yeah.
I've known this girl since I was 12.
I love her name.
Yeah, guess her brother was like my first boyfriend. We played Cops and Robbers. Yeah, we played Cops and Robbers.
Let's
And
on this.
I think we should. And then there's a lot of funny stories around cops and robbers. But Christy, that's her real name. We got to come on. We got to have her on as a lounge buddy. All right.
Cool.
So she's going to be on when I just get in touch with me. Yeah.
She's incognito.
Yeah, this is great. Lori loves it. Carol Rooney is telling you congratulations to Lisa. Everybody's happy
Carol.
for Ann Nober. You know she's always on. Ann Nober. We got you. That's right. Yes, Tia Maria. You know things never changed since 3rd grade. I'm still the same. Just got a year older.
I did see Mike Ruff.
Okay, we have to give a shout out to Mike Ruff.
Always.
Hey, such as it smiles. Oh my God, Elise is laughing. I didn't think I've ever seen this day. And Carrie, you know who this is?
What?
You know who this is?
No.
Carrie Graham. It's Debbie Carey. Remember Debbie from the school? Yeah, she's gonna be coming on soon too.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah. So, who do we got tonight? We got a special lounge buddy. We're going to be bringing her on in about 3 minutes. And then we got somebody else from the childhood trauma that we all experienced. You know, we all experienced childhood trauma together on East Mountain and in Scranton, PA. She's coming on. She's an entrepreneur. We're calling her the Mustard Maven, but she's going to tell us about why she's called the Mustard Maven. And she's going to be talking to people because with this transition and with all this transcending to the 5D and transforming that we're all talking about, a lot of people want to start over. They want to start brand new projects. They want to start new businesses. They finally want to get involved in a creative endeavor. And KiKI did this. Her name's Kristen, but we call her KiKI. She did this, and she's going to come on and give us the tips if you want to start some creative endeavor. Let's just say you still have a full-time job, but you want to get going on something creative and move forward, and you just don't have that confidence. She's going to bring us tips on how to move forward and create something new, for our listeners tonight. But first, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Sarah got her bracelet. There she is.
Oh,
just got her bracelet in the mail. The bracelet was there. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Sarah, I hope it fit. Okay. I didn't, now we got this, so we're going to make sure it fits. All right. So that's what we're going to do. I just want to show you the collection before we get off with the guests. These were the first rounds. Okay. Find It, Fix It actually made this one. This is the only one that he made, but there's energy in there of finding and fixing things if you need that. This round was last week, and let me tell you, this is for the people that need the swords. This is for the people that need the warriors, the people that are going through the dark night of the soul. If you need a Bushido sword, or you need something to cut somebody's head off, this is it. Okay, you want to get strong. You want to be a warrior because you're just going through some shit. This is what it is. Okay. And there's new weaves I've been working on. See these new weaves? Can you guys check it?
Very nice.
All right. And these weaves are just as important, okay? We have men's bracelets too, guys. This isn't just for women. Got to get the shoe size, got to get the wrist size, and got to get the other size. You know what I'm saying? All right. Cracking myself up like an egg in heat. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
I'm in a weird mood. Welcome to the lounge. It's new and improved. Just in case
you move the bracelets away, all the energy is coming at you. I think that's what's happening.
I don't even have mine on, but I think you should put one on.
Maybe.
Okay. So, without further ado, let's bring on our lounge buddy for tonight. And you guys all know her. The people that have been following the lounge, you all know her. You all love her. The Seductress. She is back. Better than ever, bigger than ever, more spirits in her house than ever. And she just tagged herself the Seductress, which is something that I can't even, I have to get this banner off so we could see everybody clearly. How you doing, Seductress?
I'm doing all right, Marissa. How are you two lovely ladies doing?
We're doing well, as you can tell.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm loving the energy.
Yeah, the energy is because I took a shower in the well water. That's why.
Yeah.
And that's,
I'll have to borrow your well. My well did not do that to me today.
It's not my well. My well has been giving me a lot of clogging. It's not my well. But this, I'm telling you, restructuring the lounge and taking a week off, you guys know what's going on. This is going to be great.
Yep.
Energize and the size. And a lot of people from East Mountain are here. You're in Harvey's Lake, which is a beautiful place. Now, Seductress, you're our lounge buddy tonight. How are you feeling about being back on the lounge after being on so many times, you have some updates for us on your love life. You were on with Bob Grant. You had a private reading with me, 2 private readings with me. You had one with Elise. You have updates on your love life, and we're going to go through that later, but you have a lot of changes that have taken place, and it looks like Elise and I were more on the right track than Bob was here, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So just so you know,
Bob's influence came in, and we come out the other side on the side of the women. Women know. Women know.
I mean, he has some great things to say, and I'm sure he helped you along the practical angle.
Very good
But
advice. Yep.
We're on the
Very good
down
advice.
low.
Yeah, but Elise had some questions for Bob. She wasn't, she had some questions. She had some concerns. Next time he comes on, we have a lot of things we got to ask him about stuff. So Paula wants to have whatever drink I'm having. That's lemonade, honey. I have it every week. Lemonade with some ice, and it's not the lemonade, it's the energy. That's what we're going off of.
The bracelets. Let's
Yeah.
just put it there.
So wait, you guys both have bracelets. Okay.
Yes.
Seductress, let's see yours. Okay.
What color did you get?
She got,
and light blue.
That's
and-
nice.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. I like that one.
Yeah, we actually went on a bike ride together. We haven't seen each other in 15 years. We went on a bike ride, 4 miles. She pushed me. She's like, do you want to do a bike ride around the lake? I'm like, yeah, can we do a mile? She's like, how about we do 4? And I'm like, she's like, you're going to make it. And I first started pedaling. We going up the hill. I'm like, I have to walk this bike up the hill. But then I did okay. Then after that, I got done and I'm like, let's do this again, girlfriend.
So how
She
many
got me
miles
to-
altogether?
We did 4.
great.
All
You did
together.
great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's all
Good
about
for you.
shifting. It's just knowing when to shift.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
cheating.
Oh, God. You gave me a cycling outfit as I looked like I was in the Tour de France, and people thought I was a serious biker on this
I
road.
saw that picture. I thought you were at a racetrack.
I know it's
I
not.
did.
Right, like NASCAR.
Yeah.
Hold on a
Cycling
second.
is
It was a
Hold
nice
on.
picture. I'm holding.
Okay.
Hold on.
Please
Talk to
hold.
the seductress. Hold on a second.
No, because when I saw that picture, I'm like, they went to the car races. That's really cool. Because I'm figuring up near, northern Pennsylvania. Why not? Right?
Downs or
Yeah.
horses. I don't even know. I don't
So
know.
funny. There you
She
are.
has it. Look at it. It's Coors Light.
It's the pit crew.
It's sponsored.
Dude, look at this thing. Look at this thing. There's
Credibility.
pockets. There's pockets in the back.
Why
So
are
I-
they in the back?
For your keys and your phone.
'Cause
Oh,
you're
so I
kind
guess
of
if you're leaning
bent
forward.
over.
So I have this thing. I haven't worn this tight thing since I was Coors Light girl when I was 16. This thing hugs you. Okay.
You could get that job again.
I don't think so.
As
I don't
a
think so.
backup plan.
But see, there's these little. I asked the seductress. I'm like, can you carry my little key? She's like, oh, I have something better for you. I brought this out. She was gonna give me the shorts. I'm like, no, we're not going there. I'll wear my regular pants. So people saw me from the top up. They thought I'm professional. From the top down, they knew I was just a rookie. Okay, but we're gonna do it again.
Professional to me, both you gals.
All right. Well.
You did.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Ann Nober had a tough day today. We're hoping we're making you laugh, Ann Nober. I had a tough day too, but I'm just pretending I didn't. Just because you guys are here and you're all making me feel good.
That's good.
So we're gonna bring on somebody that I grew up with. We danced in my basement together. We danced to Madonna and all sorts of Michael Jackson things. We made movies and DVDs, and they're really embarrassing. And I think I digitized them now just in case, we have a special event for KiKI. I'm going to show this at the special event. So without further ado, let's bring on our special guest. And before we do, I want to talk to you guys about who she is. So her name's Kristen Langan. We call her KiKI. Kristen Langan is an entrepreneur in the packaged food industry, having started her own personal training small business in 2008 after leaving work in higher education. She found that helping people feel better and empowered them physically was the path that was her calling in life. After a move out west, she one day created a healthy snack, KiKi's Mustards, a chickpea-based mustard that would not only be tasty, but once her clients could enjoy it without the guilt. I want to hear more about that. After a move back east with 2 added flavors to the KiKi's lineup, new packaging, a distributor, and a firm handle on the food industry, she continues her chickpea-based mustard mission and also helps just starting out entrepreneurs, and all avenues tackle the obstacles that she found on her own journey. Kristen still teaches classes and has a podcast called Life Over Brunch, which I'm going to be on next week, which can be found on Apple's iTunes or SoundCloud. And she has a master's degree in education from Penn State. Good job, KiKI! Let's bring her on. KiKI from the Mustard Factory. How you doing, KiKI?
Hi, KiKI. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for having me. I just want to say one thing. Yes, thank you. I am the mustard lady. It's very true. So I was a cyclist out in Colorado, and I love those. I have those amazing zip up, and you also put your snacks in the back.
Snacks in the back.
Some gummies. You go in.
Some gels. It's
Yeah.
all good. Gotta keep rolling.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep it moving. So, KiKI, we knew each other since we were young.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Do you remember those videos we made in the
We
basement?
made a lot of videos. We had a lot of good moves, though. We had to get them on tape.
I think. Do you think we should let them see this once?
I don't know,
Maybe a couple
tonight,
weeks.
but yeah.
No,
would
I don't.
love
I mean,
to see it, guys.
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I don't have them tonight, but you'll have to come back on, and we'll have to
Okay.
show a little bit of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so-
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be great.
So
There is
let's.
some of this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please. We do. There's
It
a
was
lot of
Vogue.
snacks. There's a
Yeah.
lot of, yeah,
you ha-
there's a lot of voguing. Yes.
Yeah.
And you had a light in front of you, like an actual string pull light, and it was like a globe light. And every time you do like something dramatic, you would turn it off and then turn
Yeah.
it back on.
That's how we roll. You gotta do it like that.
All right.
Wrong move.
Well, let's move you into the interview feature here,
Sure.
which is KiKI, there you are. You're featured.
We're featured.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You have this mustard, and it kind of happened, from what I remember you telling me, kind of randomly. Can you
So
tell us about about that?
Really. So I was in the fitness world, still am, but I was out in Colorado and just ate a lot of mustard. When I was training for, I know it sounds arbitrary, like, oh, what were you doing? But when I was training for competitions, if you put mustard on carrots, you get the crunch, the salt, it's like a potato chip. And I was eating a lot of it. So one day I just decided to make my own. And I, after many failed attempts, found a really good flavor and then didn't like the texture. I wanted a heartier mouthfeel. So I had chickpeas in my cupboard, added them, and KiKi's Mustard was born.
Wow, and now you you have production and packaging.
Yeah, I have someone else who makes the mustard. They're all my recipes, but they make them. They're no longer canned chickpeas. They are rehydrated, so they are BPA free. And 3 flavors, which I have a dessert spread coming out hopefully in the next few months, which is a non-mustard, non-chickpea based. It will be better than Nutella for you Nutella lovers and way healthier.
Wow, and you're a personal trainer, right?
I am.
And are you still personal training?
I do, the past few months I've lost some clients, but I do some in virtual world and do some classes still.
Awesome. Well, you can get, if you want to check out KiKi's Mustards, you can go to kikismustard.com, and there's swag as far as you get home decor as well as mustard. You can decorate your house.
Mind you, it's branded, but it's a cute branding, and everyone needs a nice towel. So,
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we're very excited, and we're going to be doing a mustard giveaway tonight
we are
with the
very
bracelet.
excited. I
Yeah.
love putting more mustard in more mouths. It's my favorite thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So whoever wins the bracelet, I'm just putting it out there. If you live in Northeast PA, you have a better chance of getting the visit
Yes.
for this promotion, because we're going to be giving you the 3 flavors of mustard. What are the 3 flavors?
So KiKi's Flustered Mustard, the OG, that's the original.
The OG.
The OG. Smoky Peppers, which is made with poblanos. And then the Taste Bud Terminator, which is the hot one.
The butt terminator.
The
what you
Taste Bud.
said?
Taste
Oh.
Bud Terminator.
Okay.
No butts are involved.
Well, with that real hot one, butts may be involved.
But it's still delicious.
Yeah, they're delicious. I've had them. I must say, Everybody has their favorite. Everybody that I talk to has a different flavor that they like the best. Yeah. I personally love the original. Like, that's my favorite. I love the original. And the other ones are great too, but like everybody kind of, I talk to my friends and like, oh, I love the hot one. And I'm like, I like the original. The original, you can put on anything. You put on hot pretzels, you put on burgers.
You can bake with it. I just did KiKi's OG peanut butter pretzel cup. Ooh. So like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I just made that with the KiKi's, with the pretzel and the peanut butter in the center and the chocolate cup around it.
Oh my goodness, make me hungry. All right, well, I am very excited about the mustards. We're going to do the giveaway probably in the third segment. We're going to be coming up with that. First of all, we have to figure out what bracelet we're giving away. I want to know who's on here from Northeast PA, and I want to know what people's wrist size are. So if you would like a bracelet, you're going through some stuff, you got to like KiKi's mustards. You got to be within, a 10-mile radius.
Or you're interested in trying them. So you don't have to like them. You just have to have an open mind and an open mouth.
Okay. Yeah. And you can't say, oh, I hate mustard, but I want the giveaway. We want to give it to someone who likes mustard, right?
Also, hating mustard is a famous laugh thing because this is a chickpea-based mustard. So people who say they don't like mustard have tried KiKi's and said that I can eat. Because it's not like French's, it's not like Golden's, it's not like anything you could wrap your mind around.
Mm-hmm. So real quick, KiKi, when you said guilt-free, so what makes it guilt-free?
Well, it gives you the difference between, other mustards are pretty loose in ingredients, if you will, but I don't use any preservatives, no additives, no artificial flavors. The chickpeas do add a little boost of protein for people looking to get it. So it's super great for vegans. I know parents love it for kids because they're like, I put it on broccoli and my kids ate it. That kind of thing.
Were you like buttering broccoli out the back of your back pocket while you're climbing a mountain in Colorado?
Probably.
I like that.
All right. Well, in addition to the mustard, you are coming on here to talk about how you went from kind of a traditional job and stuff to actually having the confidence to start something you were passionate about and to go for it. And now you're doing this as a job. And there's so many people that want to transition into doing something they're passionate about with this pandemic because there's so much time. And what better time to start a new venture? So you're going to give our listeners some tips to, if they want to do this, to transition into this type of situation. So let me bring you kind of up here. Sure. I'm going to bring you guys out for a minute while I do her tips and bring you guys back on, okay? All right. Oh, no. Sorry, seductress. I got to seduce you off for a minute. All right, KiKi. So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So we have some tips for our listeners. So let's say they want to do something, but they're kind of trying to promote themselves. And sometimes we could promote ourselves the wrong way. And we're not thinking about the audience. We're thinking about our own self-promotion. But it's really about thinking about educating the audience, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the first thing to do is if you have a desire or a dream, you need to just go for it. There's no, what's the point in sitting on it? What's in you isn't for you. It's for you to share. So I always tell people, if you have a dream or a desire, you need to act on it and don't just think about it. You need to dive in and do, instead of just being like, well, what if Jane down the street thinks I'm a weirdo because of it? Well, Jane's doing her own thing. That's not a problem. Stop thinking about Jane. Start thinking about what you want out of your life. And as far as you said, promoting, it shouldn't, it's what you desire to give to the world is in you, but like I said, it's not for you. So when you're looking to promote something, when you're looking to start a business, you need to sort of figure out what exactly am I doing, and is it something people need? So the first thing you want to think about is, what is the problem my product, course, business is going to solve? What is the problem I'm going to solve? That's the first one.
Right. So they have to think about what's the pain point, right? What are people, what's the pain point?
Absolutely. What problem do I solve? And on the tail end of that would be, who is my customer? Who is my customer? What is their problem?
Yes. And so for you, what was that for you that you figured out?
Well, I mean, for me, it was looking for something different to switch up what we're eating. Looking for something different as far as like something that doesn't have additives and preservatives, something that people love for vegan, and something that's different. So yes, I could have made any old mustard and said, well, let me just make it just like this one brand that's doing it the same. I did
Right.
it totally differently. It's totally differently made and it has different ingredients. So that opened up the door for more foodie type people to dive in.
Okay. Well, one of our listeners, our viewers, sorry, has a question. So she says, she's given us her wrist size, number one. That's important. Looking forward to the tips. I'm starting to do craft shows, but want to step into more. Etsy shop, domain name. It's just so much. So what would you suggest for her to like, because
Well,
she's so overwhelmed, like what should she start with first?
Well, so I'm going to just break that down. I'm starting to do, and then you're overwhelmed with the next 5 steps. So, are you just starting to do the craft shows? Like, how long have you been doing it? Is it just new to you? Because if it is, that craft show game is so strong. Like, you get in front of people, you get to experience people. I mean, socially distanced, obviously, but I would say like really dial that in and stick with that culture for a little while. As far as an Etsy shop or a domain name, don't, if you're going in that direction, just don't overthink the name. Don't overthink it. If it's like elephants and balloons, like go with if that comes to your head, go with it. You don't have to worry too much about it. An Etsy shop, then you'll be getting into shipping. So that's another thing to think about. If you're only versed right now and slowly getting started in one-on-one, you want to make sure you think more about shipping and how you'll set that up on your Etsy shop.
Yeah, and I always recommend that sometimes when we don't know which direction we're going, we want to go and hire an expert in that area so that we have some direction, because sometimes when we research on our own, there are so many, there's like 10 directions and then you kind of don't know where to start. Mm-hmm. And the perfectionists, they don't want to start until everything's perfect. So I always tell people, like, if you want to just put one bracelet or one thing on Etsy, like just start with one and you can always improve as you go along. You can always change the name. Look at how I started this show. I started walking down the street, like talking to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for sure. But I think you could start small, but I think that's craft shows are a niche, and I think that they're overlooked by people starting out. I think it's a brilliant place. Like, I've done a lot of food vendor shows. I've done that myself, and I think it's a really beautiful space for you to really lock and load and hone like how you're presenting items and things like that.
Cool. Well, thanks, Carol, for the question. I hope it helped you. And so we have a couple tips. What is the problem you solve? And what's number 2?
Number 2 would be, obviously the person you help. You have to know who you're talking to. So you want to speak in the language that speaks to the pain point of your customer. If you don't know who you're talking to, you're not going to know how to talk to them. So it's sort of like knowing your audience when you go into a room. So if you have friends that have kids, you're not going to go in there and not ask about their children, right? That's like always my biggest thing. So if you want to make sure you know what your audience is about, because the messaging has to be on point, because they need to feel seen by you. And in order for them to feel seen by you, you need to speak to them in the language which is what they use on a daily basis. So that would be something you really need to hone in, and only by actually engaging with your consumer and your customer and your client, that's the only way you learn what their language is.
Right. So Carol said the shipping's a good point. The craft shows are fun and yes, can reach many folks. I have a name. I'm going to do it. So I guess you inspired her, KiKI. Thank you very much. So we have your third point here, which is, what is the promise you make?
Right. And you have to make good on your promises. Like, this is like I guess it could be considered an old adage in business, is to make good on your promises. But if you are offering service and a result to that service, so if I'm offering you really different tasting, thick, hearty, mouthfeel, delicious, perfect on any sort of piece of food you could put in your little mouth food, and you get it and you open it and there's like, it's the most disgusting, repulsive thing in the world, then I didn't fulfill my promise, right? Mm-hmm. So, or if you take one of my courses on building your small business, and I make you the promise that in 6 weeks' time, you're going to make sure you have all these points checked off. And I talked about tethering lines to a hockey field, I didn't really make good on my promise. So making good on the promise that you offer. So quality is always quality over quantity, guys. It's not about just hustling for the dollar. You want to make the quality and you want to make the connection with your customers.
Awesome. Well, Stephanie has a question for you. She's at the end process of self-publishing her first book of poetry. She's been repressing her desire to have her own poetry collections for the past 13 years. The style is very eclectic. She wonders how to find an audience afterward. Any thoughts?
My first thing would be, I love this. I write myself, so I'm obsessed with writing. I would say that my question to you is, are you on any social media as a handle that's not your name, posting excerpts from your poetry? That would be my question. If you're not, I would do that. You're worried about finding your audience. Poetry tends to find its audience gets kind of called into it, I find. But what you can do is start putting it out there. A lot of times we're scared with something that's so connected to us emotionally to put it out for fear of judgment. So you're going to have to like set that fear of judgment right by the wayside, grab some of Marisa's lemonade and just go for it, because there's something to be said for the connection that will be made because of you sharing a piece of yourself. That vulnerability, that openness is going to draw people into you. But I would absolutely say start sharing little excerpts of it and see what people, you'll start drawing people in that way.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. And KiKI, I think you've always been somebody that, like, if somebody was like kind of confused as to what path they were going on, you kind of like, you're not letting people off the hook. You're not like, oh, your excuse is valid. Like you have too many kids or you this or that. Like you're like, screw you. You're doing it. I don't care. She's tough love. And she does coach people too, right? You do some coaching work.
I do coaching. I have a few things that are going to be coming down the pipeline. I'm really excited about for helping people get into this groove. So being able to, you feel overwhelmed when you start something new. You feel like what's my handle going to be? What am I going to do with this? And these little mini questions are questions I had myself, but there was no one to answer me back in 2013. There was no one close enough to me. I didn't know anyone in the food industry. I didn't know, what to do. I just did and learned as I went. And I will say that knowing what I know now, I'm happy to share. I've gotten messages from people that say, I make mustard. How did you do what you did? And some people are like, well, don't tell them exactly. And I'm like, why not? Sister wants to make mustard. Like, go for it, girl. Like, it's everyone has their own thing. And so I just try to help people get their bearings about them, because it is overwhelming no matter what direction or what product or what business it's going to be. I think people are very overwhelmed, and having someone that they can come to head them in the right path and take away the distractions along the way makes all the difference.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate all of your tips. I hope everybody got something out of this. And we're going to be giving away the mustard, and we're going to give away a bracelet. And somebody told me they're a size 8 tonight, and they're from NEPA. So we do have a winner tonight, people. Yes, we do. Tia Maria, you are the winner. We will be coming to your house. Give me a ring at info@connectionbeyond.com. I'll write it down here. Send us an email with your information, and we will be stopping by as a surprise. So you are the winner, Tia Maria, and I will be giving away another bracelet tonight. So it's somebody that doesn't live in NEPA. So somebody else will be winning a bracelet tonight. So thank you, KiKI, for coming on. If you guys want to know more about KiKi's Mustards, kikismustards.com. You can get a pillow, you can get a journal, and you can get mustard. All right? Yes. So Tia Maria, she is accepting the mustard. She's accepting the bracelet.
Yay, you're going to love it.
Now, Tia Maria, if you take this and you do it around your wrist very tight, I need to know what that is. Is that an 8 or are you loosening it up? Okay, let me know. All right. So, KiKI, are you sticking around with us for the rest of the show?
Yes, I'm happy to stay around.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much. Let's all thank KiKI for coming on. Thank you, KiKI. Yes, thank you. And Elise is back. We got the seductress back online here. How you guys doing? Kiki's Mustards is down there. You guys want
Very
to?
exciting. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to buy some.
I know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Me
it.
too.
I'm
I
gonna.
love
research.
I love
Yes.
mustard. Definitely. And I want a towel.
You're like, you know what? I have to say this real quick about the towels. Is like I love a bath sheet when I get out. Like I don't. You know how you go to like a hotel and like this is the towel. And
Yeah.
You're like I can't. Okay. So I love a bath sheet. So that's what they are.
Lovely.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
like that.
thank you,
For
Kiki.
you.
Yeah, sure.
It's amazing. And I love
So-
the target, like, who's my audience? What am I providing?
Yeah.
That's important.
Cool. It's
So important.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki knows the deal. All right. So we are back, and you know what? I'm going to let Elise choose the next winner. Okay,
Okay.
for what they need. But remember, Elise, we have.
What
You're gonna pick the bracelet, okay?
Okay.
And then what we do with this bracelet is you have to take the wrist size and add an inch and a half because that's what this part is. You have to add an inch and a half so that it fits you. You can't have it tight. So when
As
you
you
do
can
the
see, You're
right,
able to put your finger in.
yeah, and these don't
That much
like
space.
these don't adjust. So you have to like take the size, wrist size very tight, all right? And then and just give me that number, okay? And then we'll look that up. So let's see what this is here. I have to look this up and see what I have to do here. All right. So this one is not going to be for Tia Maria because it's too small. So I have to pick one out. But Elise,
Yes.
we're not going to pick out the winner just yet. We're going to wait till the end of the show so that people stick around.
Are we looking
Okay?
at Pennsy or Jersey?
We don't care where you live. You can live in Canada if you want.
Okay.
But we just can't bring mustard to you. We're bringing mustard to you in NAPA. We're showing
Right.
up at your house.
All right.
We're gonna have another surprise for you. Me and Kiki are showing up in like a Ghostbusters mobile to Tia Maria's house. All right, and you're gonna be on camera, so just be ready. So, The Seductress, we are back with you, girlfriend, and we are going to be doing a little update of your love life because you were assessed by Bob Grant, you were assessed by me. Yes,
Twice.
and Elise. And we need a little bit of, for the people that are just watching, we need a little bit of cliff notes on what I said, what Elise said, what Bob said, and where you were, where you thought you were, and where you are now, and what happened and what it's like now, if you know what I'm saying.
It's ever changing. It's ever changing. So I was just invited to go to Philly this weekend and maybe on a nice ride through the woods. So this is the same person who's we've been talking about for the past few weeks, maybe couple months now, and he's been elusive. I think that was evasive or I think Elise said in our second show that he was elusive.
Yeah.
And yes. And a little bit of cat and mouse. That's what you said, and that's happening now. Bob Grant gave all of us ladies the advice to pace a guy, to be very clear about how something makes us feel. And I pulled a Bob Grant on him a little bit, and but it was just an experiment, actually.
Wait,
It wasn't-
okay.
And he started, this guy I think felt rejected, started to pull away a little bit. But to Bob's point, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, that's the experiment we want to run. We want to see if the guy is going to stick around or whatever.
So what did he tell you to do? What kind of experiment did you have to run here?
Well,
Because you were seeing this guy all the time. You were seeing him every day, all day.
She
And
had the googly eyes.
yeah.
I had googly eyes. I know.
And my advice was not, and when you call me, I'm like, just pull it back, girlfriend, because be careful.
Yeah.
Yes, you said that I could probably really fall for this guy, and I was, and so I wanted to pace him, and so I wasn't making myself available all the time. I mean, I run a business. I can't do.
Can't be dealing with this.
Can't
Yeah.
do this. So,
Yeah.
so started to pace him, and to his credit, he is so expressive and so sincere. The guy mentioned that he realized he wasn't healed from from some stuff, from some past issues. He thought he was 100% healed. He thought he was good to be, in a relationship. And then after we spent 3 months or so together, like nonstop, he discovered that he was not entirely healed. And I thought that was like a remarkable, just the whole insight, to be so introspective and expressive was, everything the guy does is like wonderful. There are some issues though. And yeah, so while we sit here talking and I haven't heard from him all day, which is not a big deal. I'm invited to go. We'll see if it happens. So he might flake out.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So what prompted him to pump the brakes after the, can't stay away from each other 3 months?
What prompted me?
Was it you that pumped them or he pumped the brakes?
I think
because he said after the 3 months, that's when he said he wasn't healed from other relationships, right?
Yes, I think all I did was cancel one weekend, and all of this emoting started to come from him.
Got it.
Yeah.
Chris McCabe. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's got all the answers.
Right. Well, we all have.
We all know Chris McCabe. You know Chris McCabe, don't you, Kristen?
I do.
Yeah, he's a guy with the answers. I want to hear what else he has to say. I'd love to bring him on. If you want to come on, Chris, if you're ready to come on with us and give us some insight, I'd be happy to email you the link to get on right now.
Let's get a guy's point of view.
Let's get a guy's point of view.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now, Seductress?
Okay, so have you been watching KiKI? Have you been watching many of these lounge
I've missed some, so no, I don't know the whole. Yeah.
So you might have seen. So there was a girl. Was her name Jen?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she started to. Well, she had this transformation. Like she listened to Bob, and all of a sudden she was lighter and brighter and liberated. And all of a sudden, all these guys were asking her out. So since I've just kind of been like, what up, I had to sort of detach with love. All these guys are asking me out. It's crazy. And I don't know, like 4 in 2 weeks.
That's great. Send the leftovers my way. That's fine. I'll take them off.
Yeah.
Put mustard on them. Eat them up. Perfect.
Put the mustard on. Put the ketchup on the hot dog. Let's go. Sure. So, Seductress, my ADD is not following. I want some definite, what's the issue here that you would like us to look into? What's going on that is causing this flow to be disrupted here? And where are you confused?
So I feel like maybe I get confused when someone is sort of presented in my life, when someone presents themselves into my life, and you know that it's more than just a random thing. There's probably a lesson there that we both needed to learn, he and I think that's true. But it's always so sad when people are when that relationship is sort of just like a temporary blip. I can never quite get over why that happens, because it seems kind of sad. It's hard for me to just say, oh, well, I was supposed to learn something and then I was supposed to move on.
Well, did you learn? I was just about to ask you, did you learn something about yourself? Because everything happens for a reason, even when you're not looking for it. I mean, even in my own relationships, like, why did that jerk enter my life? Well, I learned that's the type of person I don't want to be around. Something that is, so somehow, I mean, any little thing that happens in your life, there's a lesson. So I don't know if you have a takeaway of why you had such a strong attraction and vice versa with one another, and then I know the Bob thing came through, but how did you correlate it with what you were going through with this guy? And
Well,
you coming to the decision you came to?
the correlations that I'm making are just, some of his issues and some of what mine have been in the past as well. There are a lot of similarities between he and I, like a lot. And maybe that's why my senses are so keen to what he's doing or what his are, because I can relate. I can relate to every single aspect of what he really needs healing with. And so I'm still discovering what my lesson is in all of this, I think. Although I don't think that it's too telling if I say, I ran 23 miles on Saturday, and then on Sunday I rode my bike 65. So, issues.
Okay. Let me just stop everything here.
Please.
Let me just stop everything. First of all, I'm getting a lot of information, and I just want to push that out to you. First of all, I don't think this is over. Okay, number one, I don't think it's over. Number two, I think you both had a trigger happen. Both of you had similar trauma or situations, or, you both had previous pain, and both of you were triggered. You got too vulnerable. Both of you got scared. Both of you shut down, and now there needs to be some communication. I feel like what is really bothering him is completely opposite of what you think is bothering him. And he has no idea where you stand. He is very confused by you. He thinks that you're not into him. He's getting very insecure. And that's why some of these issues with him are coming up, because of the fear. These are some of these compulsions that I feel are coming up, is because there's a thing with him that has rejection around women, because I feel like 2 of the 3 past relationships he's had, he thought were in the bag, and he put his all into them. And then for some reason, the woman either went elsewhere, or something else happened where she was suddenly not interested, or there was a trust issue or a financial issue. But I'm getting the sense that somebody actually rejected him to the core. His core was rejected. And so while he thought he had the perfect body and the perfect everything, he still was made to feel like he wasn't enough. So I almost feel like there's more of a feminine energy with him, and you're more the masculine energy. And he's almost feeling like you're not desiring him enough. And I know that sounds really crazy, but this does not feel to me like you're the one being rejected here. Okay, I still feel like there's a part of him you don't know. I feel like also with a past relationship, I feel the last one, and I'm getting a real strong feeling around this. I feel he's not that he's not over her. I feel like he just wants to know he was okay. He wants her to tell him, you were still great. It's these were my issues. And the person that was in the past is not telling him these are my issues. He was the issue. So he believes he has failed. Okay. So he's still confused and wants closure with that, and some sort of 360 to come around saying, hey, you're okay. And because of that, it's like he was an egg and the egg is cracked, and then it kind of got glued back together, but it's not like, so every time it cracks a little bit, that egg kind of oozes out, if you know what I'm saying. So you guys are like 2 little scared kids right now that are kind of in putting the blanket over the head mode, like, I'm not going to talk to him first. I'm not going to talk to him first. So there's like something that is concerning him and he has doubts about, that he doesn't want to even ask you because he's afraid of being rejected. So there needs to be a heart-to-heart here. There needs to be a conversation. And I almost feel like you need to lead this conversation. That's not advice that I would ever give, because I feel like it's kind of like, let him lead. If he's the one pulling back, let him lead. But I almost feel like he needs a little encouragement. He's like almost like a little boy that's afraid to tell you how he feels. There's a part of him that almost feels like he doesn't deserve good things. See, there's a lot of insecurity here.
Yeah, there's a lot. He holds this degree, this standard so high that I don't know why that is, that he has to aspire to and work toward. It's unattainable. It's
because he doesn't feel good enough.
Yeah.
And that's not your problem.
Right. It's hard to spend time with all the rules there are all the rules, and then there's this great guy.
Right. And those, is he working on those issues? Is he in therapy?
He's been, and yeah, I think
so. No.
So, I think so. They just don't talk as much as they used to, but he still does talk to her.
I still think there needs to be more done there. I don't think he's doing everything regularly like he should be doing. But Elise, I'll turn it over to you. You have anything you want to?
I do. Well, it kind of correlates with what you were saying. This guy doesn't know which way to turn right now because he's basically waiting for you to come to him, because I think he's afraid to come to you because he doesn't want to know something bad, because he's like so into you. He's still in limbo about this past girlfriend though, because I feel like she has a hold of him.
She's mean.
Yeah, but that she uses that meanness to control him because he's very vulnerable with her. He still has that wall up. He's got, his idiosyncrasies, and he's, he's overthinking like what's happening to him when he really should just like lay back and just let life happen. Like he's trying to protect himself from things happening, or protecting other people's opinions of him, and I think her opinion still matters to him. There's still they still have that bond. You need to come in and take, I don't want to say take what's yours, but, go for it and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. We need to be a little bit more real. The first 3 months is the honeymoon period. You really, in any relationship, and then it kind of like shuts down because, you got the oohs and ahs all out of your systems. But he has a lot to offer. It's just, he needs that little door to open so he can like push through it. He's stuck. He's just emotionally stuck. But you need to, get her out of the way, and just doing that by approaching him. And I agree with Marissa, still you guys can work at this.
Yeah, you need to find out what's going on with him, and you need to ask him to be vulnerable to that. But like, it almost feels like to me, like there's a part of you that wants to date all these other guys too. Like there's a part of you that wants to like see what else is out there. So you have to kind of be honest with yourself. Like, what is it that you want? Do you really want him?
I mean, I did. I really did. And then everything got so complicated, and this is exactly what I said to him. I said, after everything, my 2 previous relationships were almost 9 years and over 5 years. Both of them were complicated, and I had to turn myself inside out to just exist in that, which I was so accommodating, and and I had a whole lot of rules. Just I had a whole system of living, that kept me okay and protected, as Elise said, protected in those 2 scenarios. And I'm just so tired of bending over backwards for somebody's issues when they really ought to be fixing themselves. So it's not that I want to be dating all of these guys. I'm kind of going with like what Bob said. Again, I'm it's a 2-sided approach here. I'm trying to follow Bob's guidance and dating many different men and not getting too serious with interviewing. I think he said, like, I'm in the interviewing stage. So it's not for a lack of thinking that this guy is incredible when he's incredible. It's that maybe if this was my first rodeo and I wasn't like totally turned off by other people's stuff, then I would, something easy. Right. Chris McKee.
I was just reading Chris's thing too.
I don't want rules. I don't want difficult. Life is too short. But I do adore this guy. I do. I think
he's worth a shot, seductress.
Yeah.
Like if your natural inclination is to run or to just stop when things get hard, you need to work on that. That cycle, push through. But like I was talking about in the webcast this week, that we're not about fixing others. And if we're going into the new dimension, we're going into that new consciousness, that if you are working on yourself, the other person that you're with has to be working on themselves.
Yes.
But it's worth a heart-to-heart conversation which you need to know what's really going on with each other and move through, because that's where the intimacy is.
Right.
It's not in. But the thing is, like, the other concern I have about this, and I've had it from the beginning, is by this point there should be a conversation of where this is headed. There should be a conversation of, are we exclusive? Are you my girlfriend? Boy, I mean, after 3 months, the 3-day, 3-week, and 3-month period usually are mile markers for me when I'm talking to people about their relationships. And I just feel like if another 2 months goes on and you have no answers to this, I feel like you're going to start to really pull away.
Yeah, I don't want to think negatively toward him either. You know,
Yeah.
I want to have the heart to heart so that I don't think he's.
You need that communication.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is good for you. This is a lesson spiritually that I think you need to learn, is to actually be vulnerable with your feelings.
Oh, no doubt. You know,
Yeah.
I have a resume that shows that I should have this all figured out, and I clearly don't.
Look, people are rooting for you, seductress. Love is everywhere.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Well, you know, I hope you got some insight from us, and I hope that maybe having this heart to heart will happen. You could come back on as our lounge buddy and tell us what happened, because we're all wondering. Or just like, don't tell them you're videotaping it, and then we can show it on the next lounge.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. I just want to be the fly on the wall.
I don't think it's legal.
Okay. We should ask Chris McCabe. He should know. All right. Well,
Thank you.
I don't know. I had a good
You're
time
welcome.
tonight. And
I
KiKI, do you have any words of wisdom for the seductress? How, like, I know you get stuff too intuitively as well.
I would say this. If you said you didn't quite know what the lesson was, but I feel like the lesson was, I'm telling you what your lesson was. From experience and what you're sort of talking about, I think you both saw each other for the people that you are. And it was probably the first time in a long time. It was a very clear connection, and it was a very clear, like, there was no airs put on. There was no bravado on either party's part. So I feel like that's why it's hard for you to say, well, it's kind of sucking right now, and I should probably go, but I want to stay. It's because you're worried you're not going to find in your next interview someone who is going to see you as clearly as you got each other. Like, right? You get each other.
Oh yeah, he rides his bike as much as I do. He's got weird food things just like I do. It's like,
Yeah. So I would say,
great.
just ask for what you want, because if you never ask for what you want, the answer is always no. That's my advice.
There's no yes in that. Yes, right. That makes sense. I like it.
And go into this conversation. I know sometimes we go into these conversations and we have the energy of defense, but we're speaking in a way that's vulnerable. You have to be aware of your energy when you're going to this conversation, that your energy is also softened and your energy is also welcoming, and that you're not like blocked off in energy. Yes.
Right.
Michael Ruff has something to say. South Jersey Smiles. Transparency and authenticity, but must build trust. Okay, thank you, Michael Ruff.
Thank you, Michael.
Chris McCabe is criticizing us right now, saying you guys are making
Chris.
relationships so formal and clinical. Okay, Chris,
Thanks,
if you...
Marianne. Sorry. Hey, Chris, no, we're not.
Yeah. Chris, you need to come on and debate this with us, because all of the ladies in here want to hear from you, I'm sure, because you have so much to say. So Marianne is saying KiKi's very wise. We know that because she makes the mustard. We know. She's the mustard maven.
Maven. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we hope you guys this week enjoyed the lounge as much as we did. I don't know. I had a good time. And at least it's time for you to pick a bracelet winner. We don't care where in the country or internationally you are. We just need your wrist size. And then I'm going to go into the basket here, and I'm going to let the wrist size determine so you're going to intuit. You're going to intuit who's going to win.
Okay.
We're going to let the wrist size determine it. And then we are going to talk about the bracelet, and then we have to send it out.
Okay.
All right. So who are you feeling? Who are you feeling tonight? Now remember, Tia Maria already won.
I know. Congratulations. So, intuitively, I'm thinking to... Paula Humphreys.
Paula Humphreys, where are you, girlfriend? Did you give us a wrist size?
I don't think she did.
If she's not here, she can't win.
Okay.
Let's see if she responds. Tia, make sure that you send me at the email info@connectionbeyond.com where you live, your phone number, and your a good way to get a hold of you.
Okay. She's not answering.
Oh no, she is.
What's your size?
Okay.
6.5.
No, Paula, I need a definite size because 6 to 6.5 is a big difference. So
Measure
I need
it tightly.
Measure it tightly because that's going to determine the bracelet I give you. All right, thanks, Tia, and be aware that we're going to ski with care and come on the mountain and just it's going to be a party, girl. So wear your mask. All right, Paula, because that extra half an inch makes a big difference whether that is going to stay on your wrist or not. So if you could give me that before in the next couple minutes, I'm going to show you your bracelet. 6. Okay. So I want you to tell me, Paula, what you're trying to manifest right now. Just give me some sort of idea on what area of life you are. What's going on? Just give me a short sentence on some things you'd like to manifest. What areas? While I start. There's a lot of things going on here. Paula Humphreys. We gotta find something for you, girlfriend. I didn't hear from her yet, did I?
No, she didn't type anything.
Okay. We're waiting for her. What areas of life, Paula?
You got something. We know it.
Starting a business and scared as hell. KiKI! It's time to get on that. All right. Let's see where we're going here.
All right, let's look at them.
I gotta pick one. This one might be a little big, but I'm feeling this one for Paula.
Let's see.
Let's see if the shoe fits. It's like Cinderella, seeing if the shoe fits. So what did she say? 6? No, this shoe doesn't fit. You always said it was the first one, Elise, but I'm not really sure if it's the first one because these are a little bit. Oh, let's see.
Hi, Mama. It's Maine. She's on.
All right. Well, Maine, we'll be right with you, girlfriend. I got to pick a bracelet here for Paula. Paula. You know what, Paula? Here's the deal, girlfriend. Usually I'm intuiting which bracelet I have that's for you, but I don't feel like any of these are for you. So the next round that I make, I think the one is going to be for you. It's not in here yet, but it's coming. It's coming because I'm going to be making a few over the weekend, and I'm going to intuit which one it is, but I will be sending it out to you, and I hope you love it. So please send us your information, info@connectionbeyond.com. I need your address, phone number, and when you get your bracelet, make sure that you send me a picture of you wearing it. So, Maine, come on up so you can sign people off if you're down there. Come on up. 6 1/4. Okay, what's 6 1/4? What's an inch and a half plus 6 1/4? I'm not good with math, so it's not 7 1/2.
7 3/4.
And 3/4, right?
Mm-hmm.
7 3/4. Let me see.
Ma'am.
No, this is like 8. No, it's not here yet. Okay, we got Ming in here. She's gonna sign people off. Hold on a second. Come on in, Ming.
We're on live again. I'm in my pajamas.
Show them your bracelets,
Ming.
Ming. Show them your bracelets.
Gourd.
Yeah. This was the first one I made right here. No, not this one. This one.
Which one?
That's the first one I made. It's the rainbow one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really cute.
All right. So here, put these on and sign people off.
Okay.
Paula Humphreys won.
Humphrey.
She won tonight. She won a bracelet. Okay?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So
I see my rating in the chat.
yeah. So sign everybody off. Say, go over their names and tell them signing off.
By Michael Cannavale. By Beth Ann Caroline Tarba. Bye, Runa Carl. Bye, Eric Spurzaza. Bye, Marianne. And how do you go up, Mommy?
You just here. I'll go up. All right. What do you have to say to people tonight? What are your words of wisdom? What are your words of wisdom?
Let me see. Who's Tish, Kaya, Maria,
Yeah.
and Bridget Hastings.
Yeah. Now, what do you have to say to everybody in the chat instead of signing off?
Goodbye. I may sign you off. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, everybody.
Goodbye, Alex Wyman, my daddy. Goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye, Daddy.
And what kind of words of inspiration do you have? What do you want to say to people about how to live their best life?
Live your best life. Breathe in, breathe out if you're mad.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Okay.
You have a good weekend. Thanks so much.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Good night.
I can't wait to see my present that Mommy got me.
Okay, bye.
It's in the back trunk. Bye.
Bye.